I'm really excited to introduce you all. We have today Mr. Gavin, who is Senior Vice President, APJ Sophos. Sir, are you excited to talk to Digital Terminal?
Well, Rajiv, thank you for coming, and I'm super excited to talk to you.
Thanks, sir. So let me welcome you for this chat.
Thanks so much. Let's get into it.
So Gavin, thank you so much for giving us an opportunity to talk to you.
Thank you, Rajiv. It's great to be here to have a chat.
So welcome to India, and how you're feeling in India after COVID?
I always feel energized coming to India, and it's been too long, so it's good to be back.
Okay, great. So I'm looking forward, a quick discussion with you. If you allow, can we start a quick round of questions with you?
Yeah, please.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Thank you. So what is your outlook on the ever-evolving cyber threats landscape in APJ, especially in India?
So we've just run a state of ransomware survey, 31 countries, including India, and we got some sobering statistics back, which is ransomware continues to wreak havoc. 78% of India organizations were hit by ransomware in the last 12 months, up from 66% last year. It's staggering. It's like 4 out of 5 organizations will likely be hit by ransomware. It's sort of a question of not if, it's when. What was most staggering though is that Indian companies were the quickest to take out and pay the ransom as their means to get their data back. That we found very, very interesting. That's compared to 46% globally, which means perhaps that Indian companies were a little ill-prepared on the one hand for a ransomware attack and needed to pay instead of using a backup or using their backup to retrieve their data. Or maybe they were subject to some of the extortion techniques that we're seeing from ransomware attackers, where they'll threaten to leak or sell sensitive data. So customers would rather pay up to retrieve that data through the payment of ransomware.
Okay, so ransomware is what we all are discussing, and various reports suggesting about the increase in such attacks. So if you talk about the organizations like an Indian organization, Indian companies, do you think that the ransomware should be a topic which they need to address very carefully and very urgently? Do you think that they should discuss it?
Yeah, so I think ransomware now is the epicenter of cyber attacks. Probably 80% of cyber attacks are all about how does the bad actor generate a return. So Indian organizations should be very vigilant and be prepared, and more importantly, be proactive about how they're approaching ransomware or any type of cyber attack for that matter. My view is awareness has been improved in the last few years, in India in particular, but more can be done, because I still feel there's a contextual ignorance that prevails around how they better equip themselves with the pragmatic and practical steps to avoid significant disruption from a cyber attack or a ransomware attack.
Okay, great. So your advice for the companies is to be vigilant, have more awareness, and discuss this in the boardroom so that you will have a correct solutions, right?
Yeah, well, I think it's a multifaceted set of recommendations. There's strategic and tactical considerations. The strategic considerations for the boardroom or for executive management is you need a robust culture of cybersecurity awareness. Cybersecurity is not the IT department's problem, it's everyone's problem. So you need to raise awareness and keep reminding people of the risks. Just take phishing. We even do in Sophos, we have phishing campaigns internally to try and trick me, an employee, into clicking on a phishing email. So we've got to keep raising awareness. So there's that element of being prepared. You need to have a defense in depth approach to security strategically. And one thing I'll add is you need to strategically realize that you now need detection and response capability, because this has become a 24/7 phenomena. Should I hit on the tactical steps?
Yeah, you can.
Yeah, so on the tactical steps, it's just a reminder to do the basics right. which is, are you patching? Are you updating your versions of software? Do you have strong passwords? Do you have multi-factor authentication? Do you have segmented network, and are you thinking about zero trust? So it's sort of trust no one, and implement some of those zero trust initiatives. There's so many basic steps that organizations sometimes overlook, which should be in a very proactive and vigilant cybersecurity plan.
Right. Thank you for adding the steps or the tips, we can say, and the audience should know and should follow these steps what you are saying to us. Kevin, you have 3 decades of experience in the IT industry. So how do you leverage this valuable experience to help Sophos maintain its leadership position in the cybersecurity market? What is your core strength as a leader?
Oh, wow. Okay, so this is about leadership. Well, look, leadership is a passion of mine. My approach to leadership is meet people where their hearts are. And I call that humanity first. And one thing I learned through the years of work is we need to come to work feeling respected. We need to come to work feeling secure in job security. And so humanity first says no politics, no gossip, no games. Let's really look out for the hearts of employees and meet them where they care about what work's all about. So work flexibility becomes important. How are we developing our people to be better professionals? But then also, how do we have fun? Like what's fun to be engaged and enjoy your colleagues and enjoy the work that you do with them every day. But that's only one side of the coin. The other side of a good humanity agenda is that we do live in a world where you have to return value to shareholders. Show me the money, and that I call that results matter. So I think a good balance of healthy leadership is focus on humanity first, get the people right, but also ensure you're hiring people that are driven, motivated to generate results and that are self-starters. And that's about hiring well and then retaining good people with great engagement programs where they feel like this is a great place to work.
Right, rightly said. You have all the quality which a successful leadership poses, and these things benefits the organization where you work. So thanks for sharing a lot about your strength and everything. Moving to my next part, this is very important. India is a very important market for everyone. Okay, so it's not for Sophos only. So how do you see Sophos? For Sophos, India is a market. How do you see the value of Indian market for you?
Yeah, well, I'm really proud to say our India business is one of the most strategic in our Sophos business globally. We have a very large footprint of over 1,200 people in India. That's across support, product development, business development, services that we deliver to our partners and our customers. India was one of the highest growth countries in the world in our financial year 22. So they're doing a great job. And we continue to see India deliver great expertise in dealing with the cybersecurity challenges that the world faces. Some of the smartest and brightest folk come out of India. So it's important. That's why I'm here, and it'll remain important in the years to come.
Okay, so we are already we are into the half of the calendar year which are remaining. So what is your roadmap for the market to grow further for this calendar year in 6 months?
Yeah, so over the next 6 to 12 months, we've got a very busy time with additional capabilities coming out of Sophos. Probably the most exciting and relevant to the cybersecurity problem is this notion of delivering cybersecurity as a service. And so the context there is cybersecurity is too hard, too complex, and the threat landscape evolves far too quickly for organizations to effectively manage on their own. Cybersecurity as a service suggests you need a 24/7 monitoring and threat hunting team that looks out for your environment. So we'll be educating our partners and promoting that. It's the fastest growing area of our business, and we're doing it at scale. We have over 9,000 customers already globally that have embraced what we call our managed threat response service. The second thing we're doing in India specifically is promoting how we've been able to hold all of our data in country. So data sovereignty is an issue. We've put an India data center in Mumbai so that no data leaves the Indian shores, which is very important for high assurance organizations like government, financial services, but any customer that really is concerned about where their data is going. So those are two areas, just as an example, of where we'll be focusing over the next 6 months.
Okay, so last thing I would like to know about, what sort of investment, like R&D center you're talking about, one of the data center you had recently announced in the Mumbai. So what all investment we can see in from the Indian point of view? What all investment you are planning to have in India?
Look, we won't talk specific numbers, but I can tell you we're investing millions. Putting an infrastructure like an in-country cloud instance in India is no small investment. It's huge. The other thing is
about the number of strength, the people which has increased gradually working in India, employees.
Our employee growth numbers are in the teens. We have over 1,200 people, and I know we have 50 requisitions right now of people that we're hiring across various roles. So we're excited about continual investment in India and continual growth. That India remains actually the largest footprint of individual people resources in our business in the world, which is very exciting.
Right. So thanks, Gavin. But I'll just let you go. You'll have to say, or our audiences, that why should a customer should do business with Sophos? What is special about Sophos?
Yeah. So there's a very noisy industry out there, 3,500 plus vendors. There are some great innovators with very narrow capability, and there are a lot of wannabes that dance to the tune of all the acronyms in the industry. What you get from Sophos is a broad portfolio across endpoint, network, and the cloud, integrated into an ecosystem that we call the adaptive cybersecurity ecosystem, underpinned by great threat intelligence from our Sophos labs and managed from a single console. Customers need the simplicity of integrated controls all in one place and managed from one console. And then having services delivered by either Sophos or our great partners. That drives a better outcome for our customers and allows us to be trusted advisors to them too. So I think that's what makes Sophos stand out.
Yeah. Thanks Gavin, thanks for sharing a lot of valuable information to our Indian audiences. Thank you.
Thank you so much.